A few hours ago, I ran a poll on my channel asking if you guys would like to see a comparison between the S21 Ultra 5G and the S20 Fan Edition 5G. Over 80% of you voted yes, and here is a comparison. In this comparison, I am going to do a camera comparison and a speed test between both these devices. So those of you who have been eyeing one of these phones for a while, this video is going to help you a lot. And by the way, if you are watching my channel for the very first time, my name is Usama and you are watching Tech with Usama. And a subscription to my channel would be massively appreciated. That motivates me a lot to make more such content. And if you find this video good enough at some point, do hit the like button as well. Alright, let's get the specs of these phones out of the way. The whole purpose of this video is to find out if that extra money that Samsung charges for the S21 Ultra 5G, if that makes this phone worth it or not. Alright, talking about the design and the build of the S21 Ultra 5G first of all. As far as the builds of both phones are concerned, the S21 Ultra 5G is an absolutely premium device with a metallic build having the Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and back, which is surrounded by an aluminium frame. And this phone is heavy. It weighs over 200 grams. S21 Ultra's display is dynamic AMOLED with higher brightness and it has WQHD Plus resolution with 120Hz adaptive refresh rate. On the other hand, the S20 Fan Edition is a smaller, lighter, and it has a plastic build and uses the Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. S20 Fan Edition's display is Full HD. It supports 120Hz too, and its brightness it's quite low as compared to the S21 Ultra 5G. S21 Ultra right now runs on the Android 11 One UI 3.1, while the S20 Fan Edition uses a One UI 3.0. So there is a difference between the features too, the S20 Ultra definitely being on the better side, but features are not an issue. The missing features will probably make it to the S20 FE with the One UI 3.1 update. For now, Samsung has pulled this update back. I did a speed test between these phones, and first of all I am going to show you the speed test, starting off with the restart test. The S20 Fan Edition, even with that extra animation, wins the restart test. Right after the restart test, I did a fingerprint scanner test on both phones. I have optimized the fingerprint scanner on both phones, and if you also want to optimize it, you can find my video showing the trick, and with the same optimization applied on both the sides, the S21 Ultra's fingerprint scanner easily wins. I did an Antutu throttle test on both the phones too. The Antutu ran for about 3 times in a row, starting off with 100% battery on both phones. The temperature of both phones was checked throughout the test. After the first cycle, both phones hit the temperature of 35 degrees at max, and the Antutu scores are on your screen. The CPU temperature of S21 Ultra went up to 46 degrees, and S20 Fan Edition Snapdragon 865 hit 36 degrees only. After the second cycle, the temperature of S20 Fan Edition has gone up to 38 degrees. The battery of this phone has dropped only 3% more this time. On the other hand, the S21 Ultra has lost 5% more battery. It's at 89% after second Antutu cycle, and its temperature has hit 39 degrees. The The CPU temperature of the S21 Ultra crossed 51 degrees, but it came down quickly. It's time to run the third and the last Antutu test. After the third Antutu cycle, the highest temperature on the S20 FE is 39 degrees. The phone hasn't crossed 39 degrees neither from the front nor from its back. This is really good. Let's see the S21 Ultra now. Alright, this phone hasn't crossed 39 degrees either. Remember the Exynos 990 in my last video? The 4G S20 Fan Edition crossed 45 degrees at one point. So the Exynos 2100 is definitely a much improved chipset. Let's see the CPU temperatures now. Okay, this is high on the S21 Ultra once again. It's at 53 degrees and the S20 Fan Edition is cool and calm. Let's run a couple of Geekbench cycles to throttle further. Alright, after completing 2 cycles of the Geekbench, the temperature of the S20 Fan Edition has crossed 40 degrees. On the other hand, the S21 Ultra has gone down instead. This is really surprising. This phone's temperature, instead of going up, has started going down, and I think Samsung has done some really good optimizations with the chipset of this phone. It's time to go ahead and check out the AntuBench speed test as well. So here are the AntuBench scores on your screen and you can definitely analyze these on your own. And now it's time to launch the application speed test. I will be starting off with the stock applications and you guys can find out the results on your screen by keenly watching which application on which phone loads first. I won't be passing my comments during this test because I personally do not really think this test matters, but I still prefer adding this test since many of you want to see this.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Told her if It's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
At the end of about 1 hour of extensive usage, the battery stats of both phones are on your screen. I also did an in-depth camera comparison between both the phones, and I'll start it off by showing the differences between the camera applications of both the phones. Remember that the S20 Fan Edition right now is using One UI 3.0. So basically the biggest difference is between the camera applications of both phones. S20 Fan Edition has the live focus, while it's called the portrait on the S21 Ultra, and the S21 Ultra has a video resolution inside the video mode. On the other side, if you want to change the video resolution on the S20 Fan Edition, you have to go into the settings of the phone. So there are so many such differences. The S21 Ultra 5G also has the director's view, which is not there on the S20 Fan Edition, but I do believe that all these features which are not available on the S20 Fan Edition right now, with the One UI 3.1, all these features will make their way to this phone and all other Samsung devices as well. Let's take a look at the images shot on both the phones. Starting off with the ultra wide images, these are my own images. Now the S20 Fan Edition offers a 0.5x ultra wide, S21 Ultra has 0.6x. The color tone difference is obvious, with the S20 FE being on the warmer side. I like the color tone of the S21 Ultra. Shadows are also good on the S21 Ultra, while they look too dark on the S20 Fan Edition. S21 Ultra offers better details too. Here's a normal 12 megapixels rear camera image, and once again the color tones difference is clear. I like the colors produced by the S21 Ultra again. The S20 FE's image when zoomed in looks a bit oversharp. Here's a portrait on the S21 Ultra. I forgot switching its portrait zoom to 1x. The phone uses 2x by default. I think for that reason it did not produce very great details in this mode, but if you look at the depth effect, it's just too good on the S21 Ultra. S20 FE has a very nice image too. Samsung has done a remarkable job with the portrait mode of the S21 Ultra this time. The S20 Fan Edition has added a lot of saturation to the image. S21 Ultra is trying to keep it natural. Here's another set of images at a different location, and I am sure you are going to love the images taken on the S21 Ultra. By the way, the S20 FE is going neck and neck. The 5G variant of this phone captures very good colors. Let me show you some more ultra wide and their normal counterparts. In the ultra wide mode, the S21 Ultra crushes it. Look at the color of the sky and look on the foreground and the subject. The S21 Ultra is just too awesome. This is the best ultra wide camera that I have personally used in a while. The color tone in the normal images remains the same. It's not that the S20 FE's camera isn't good, it's just that the S21 Ultra's camera is too good. Now here is a good amount of photos in the normal mode, and just note down the difference between the colors here. The shadows to me look better on the S21 Ultra 5G once again. They are just too dark on the S20 FE as I mentioned earlier. By the way, the scene optimizer was turned off while capturing some of these photos. The pictures where I have used the screen optimizer, I'll mention it below. But for the most part, the pictures speak for themselves as the color difference and the tones difference is huge. Make sure to drop your own analysis about these images in the comment section down below. Let me also show you a 3x and a 30x zoomed in image. The telephoto and the periscope combination on the S21 Ultra does quite good. But look at the S20 Fan Edition, it's also pretty nice. As we move towards the low light photography, you will find the S21 Ultra getting better. This phone takes very good low light photos and sometimes it does not even need its night mode. In the night mode, both phones do equally good. The main difference is how both phones smooth out a foot. The S21 Ultra's images come out extremely soft, noise free, and it lights the scene very well. The S20 Fan Edition struggles to add a lot of light in its night mode, but it does add a lot of interest to the photo. The night mode performance can be a personal preference. I would say both phones are doing quite good and you should pick the one that appeals you the more. As far as the macro capabilities are concerned, the S21 Ultra takes the lead here. Its ultra-wide camera lets you get really close to the subject or object and take crisp clear images. Doing the same on the S20 FE blurs the subject as you can see. Time to take a look at the selfies. I am using the original tone on both sides. The S21 Ultra's front camera keeps the images close to reality. S20 Fan Edition smooths the face. The color tones difference is once again clearly visible. S21 Ultra's color tone is quite close to the real color tone. In the portrait mode, the S21 Ultra has better edge detection. It adds more saturation to the face, making it look nice. S20 FE's image keeps the face a bit dull. The details are too high on that front 40 megapixels camera of the S21 Ultra, while the S20 FE's 32 megapixels front camera doesn't lag a lot behind. Let me know which phone's selfies do you like, and let me remind you what I always say, the color tone and overall look of the selfies is a subjective choice, so do tell me which is going to be your choice. Let's take a look at the videos now. The color tone difference that we had in the photos can be clearly seen here in the videos too. This building's color looks good on the S21 Ultra. It's warm on the S20 FE. By the way, when I compared the S20 FE 5G to its Exynos 990 counterpart, the 5G variant had cooler tone. And now that I am comparing the 5G Snapdragon 865 S20 FE to the Exynos S21 Ultra, the S21 Ultra has a cooler tone than the S20 FE 5G. This clearly shows how much Samsung has improved the ISP on its new Exynos chipset. Exynos 2100 is here for good. The S21 Ultra offers more stability and more fluidity in the videos. But the details sometimes go off the grid on the S21 Ultra. The video performance is not as good yet. Samsung needs to roll out an update to fix the video performance of this phone. Right when these rear camera videos, and you will also see the front camera videos. Hi guys, this is the front camera video comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G and the S20 FE 5G. I am sweating because I had to walk a lot and so this video is in the 4K at 60 frames per second. After this I am going to show you the 4K at 30 frames per second only. This video is being shot to just give you an idea about the mic's voice recording quality and the front camera stability and everything else. And you guys are going to be the judge for this video. So in the comment section down below, let me know which phone's video are you finding better and which phone is giving you the better overall color tone, which phone has a better focus. Let me just show you around to give you an idea of the colors. Look at the sky. So yeah, drop your comments below regarding these front camera videos. This is the front camera 4K at 30 frames per second. And this video should be a little more stable as compared to the 60 frames per second footage. S21 Ultra 5G's lens is slightly cropped in as it looks from here. The rest is all on your screen. The background, the colors of the sky, the color tone and everything else. Let me just walk a little bit so that you can get an idea about the stability. So guys, remember, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and drop your feedback in the comment section down below because this video has taken a lot of efforts to come into being. And that brings us to the conclusion of this video. Now the S21 Ultra 5G, this is an absolute monster. This is an exceptional device and Samsung has done everything right from the build to hardware to the software of this phone. Now obviously this phone has its price too. Now does that mean the S20 Fan Edition is a bad device? I don't think so. The S20 Fan Edition did really well next to the most premium Samsung smartphone. The S21 Ultra 5G, it costs about $1,100 right now. On the other hand, you can pick up a Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition for about $500 in different offers. I am sure you can find such an offer. There is a difference of about 110% between the price of these phones. But does that difference reflect on the speed and the performance as well? Well, I don't think so, because the S21 Ultra 5G, its camera is about 30% better than the S20 Fan Edition, and it's about 25% faster than the S20 Fan Edition. But to get this 25% or 30% improvement, you have to pay about 110% extra money. I think that you can save a lot of money by getting your hands on the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition 5G. Remember that I am talking about the Fan Edition 5G. I am not talking about the S20 FE Exynos, because that is a pathetic device, and I just did a comparison a couple of days ago in which I showed how big of a difference is between the 5G and the non-5G variant of the S20 Fan Edition. So in that perspective, I think the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition is still a great device, and I personally believe that in the year 2021, this device is going to be a whole lot popular, because I believe it did not get the attention that it deserved back in the day, but it's getting popular day by day. The S21 Fan Edition, as I read in the news yesterday, is also in the works. I am thinking of making a dedicated video on that phone, and I am going to hold the S20 Fan Edition until the S21 Fan Edition comes out, so that I can do all the comparisons for all of you. For now, drop your own analysis about this comparison in the comment section down below. Drop your feedback in the comment section below as well. Let me know which phone out of these two is going to be your choice. And with that said, I will sign off. See you all in the next one.